Felbert Harlin Stephens was born on May 19, 1909, in Douglas County, Missouri. He was the ninth of 13 children born to James and Margaret Tetrick Stephens. Felbert arrived during a difficult chapter for his parents. They had already lost their oldest son, and Margaret had given birth to 6 girls in a row before Felbert came along. I imagine Felbert was doted on and well taken care of by those older sisters. At the time of his birth, James was 37 and Margaret was 32. If Felbert's name sounds familiar, it's because I've covered his parents, Margaret and James, in a previous video, along with the story of his grandfather, W.B. Tetrick, who was tragically killed by a neighbor with a corn knife. Felbert grew up on his parents' farm in Douglas County, surrounded by his large family. Like many families living in the Ozarks in the early 1900s, the Stephens endured more than their share of heartbreak. 4 of their 13 children would pass away young. Before Felbert was born, their first child, William Arthur, passed away in 1898 at the age of 4. He was buried in Eaton Cemetery in Ozark County, Missouri. 2 years later, in 1900, the family lost 11-month-old Eddie, who was placed to rest beside her brother. When I looked up these graves on Find a Grave, I realized I was the one who uploaded their headstone photos nearly 3 years ago, long before I started cleaning or making videos. Only 4 days after burying baby Eddie, Margaret's father, W.B. Tetrick, lost his life when his neighbor stabbed him. W.B. was stabbed by his neighbor and Margaret's brother-in-law, John Ellis Stephens. If you missed that story, here's a quick summary. W.B. and John had been arguing for some time, and during a confrontation in a cornfield, John stabbed W.B. behind the ear with a corn knife. He later claimed self-defense, and because W.B. had come onto his property, threatened him, and refused to leave, the jury found John not guilty. W.B. was buried in Eaton Cemetery with his grandchildren. Strangely enough, he now rests not far from John Ellis Stephens, who later took his own life, supposedly due to the lingering guilt over what happened. Life eventually settled down for the Stephens family. After having Felbert, Margaret had 4 more children, and the family continued farming and raising their kids. But sadly, Felbert would be the next child they would lose. Felbert passed away on March 31st, 1925, at just 15 years old. His death certificate states he passed around 6 p.m. in his home from general dropsy and leakage of the heart. Today, we know dropsy means heart failure. His heart was unable to pump blood effectively, causing swelling and fluid buildup. Felbert was buried in Eaton Cemetery next to his older siblings. After Felbert's passing, his family remained in Douglas County. Felbert's mother, Margaret, passed away only 6 years after him in 1931 at the age of 54. I couldn't find a death certificate or obituary for her, but a small newspaper clipping from March 19, 1931 reported, "Mrs. Jim Stephens is dangerously ill at her home on Brush Creek. She has heart trouble." It seems very possible that Felbert inherited her heart condition and that the same issue claimed both of their lives. The newspaper was also dated for March 19th, and Felbert passed away on March 31st, so their death dates were pretty close to each other as well. Margaret was buried in Eaton Cemetery next to her children and close to her father's grave. After Margaret passed away, James never remarried. He stayed in their home in Douglas County for the rest of his life. In the 1940 census, 2 of his grown sons, James and Thomas, were living with him, both in their late 20s, single, and helping run the family farm. 4 years later, in 1944, James passed away at the age of 71. He is buried next to Margaret and their children. According to my family tree, I'm not related to Felbert, but my husband is. Felbert is my husband's second cousin 3 times removed. Thank you for watching. Rest in peace, Felbert.